30-day no contact rule, when it does work and when it doesn't work. Hi guys, my name is Christine Loveridge and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach, and today I'm talking about the 30-day no contact rule, when it doesn't work and when it does work. So just to give you a brief explanation of the no contact rule, basically no contact means no correspondence with your ex or the person that you're trying to re-attract. So it gives them space and time to think about you and to miss you. So before we get into this video, please like this video and please subscribe, and please leave a comment if you have any tips yourself or any stories using the no contact rule so we can help each other out. So when does the 30-day no contact rule work? Well, the first way it works is if this is a recent breakup. So a breakup that's happened within the last few weeks or even the last few months. But if it's anything longer than that, so let's say a relationship that ended 10 years ago, 5 years ago, or 1 year ago, it's less likely that this is actually going to work. Which goes into my second point on when it works, which is the person who you're doing this with has to still love you or be attracted to you. They must still have some kind of connection with you and want to be with you in some way. And the reason why this is because the more time passes, so let's say you broke up with someone 5 years ago and you're trying to do this with them, then obviously it's not going to work because they've had more time to move on. So basically the point is that they have to still not have moved on yet from the relationship. There's obviously different ways that people move on. Some people move on when they get into a new relationship, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they have moved on if it's a rebound relationship. So if you've just broken up with someone, the end of the relationship is still raw in their minds. It's more likely to work with that kind of ex than an ex that you broke up with 10 years ago or even a year ago. The less time that they've had to move on, the more likely this will work. The 30-day no contact rule will also work if you're doing it from a place of, I'm going to give them the space that they want to think about me, to miss me, to give them time and space to think about the relationship, and not using it as a tool of manipulation. Because if you're using it as a tool of manipulation, they will probably be able to tell. So make sure that you're doing this for the right reasons. It will also be more likely to work if you can actually do it, if you can have the emotional self-control to not reach out to your ex or this person that you're trying to re-attract within that 30-day period. Because if you say to yourself, look, I'm not going to contact them, and then it's like a few days later and you do contact them, then obviously the 30-day no contact rule is not going to work because you're breaking contact. Now, basically, you need to make sure that you end all contact with your ex. So that means no sending messages, no liking their posts on social media, no watching their stories. You need to completely remove yourself from their life. So if that means that you need to not be on social media for a month because you can't really resist the temptation to watch their stories or to like their posts, then that's what you need to do. You need to remove yourself completely. You don't have to block them. You don't have to remove them unless you want to, of course. But it's best for you to keep them on social media if you can, but to remove yourself from social media. So it's also good to not post anything yourself within this 30-day period, to not share anything, to not like anything. Just completely remove yourself from social media and especially from their messages, and don't call them up either. No correspondence whatsoever. That's why it's called no contact. Of course, if you don't have your ex on social media, let's say they unfriended you or you unfriended them, then of course you can still carry on posting and liking stuff and sharing stuff on social media. But if they're still on there, it's best if you want them to really feel the lack of you and really feel the loss and to really miss you, so they have time and space to think about you, you need to remove yourself from social media and not post anything. You don't have to deactivate your accounts, because perhaps if you deactivate your account, they might find that kind of suspicious and wonder why you've done that. So keep your account open, just don't go on it and don't use it if you still have your ex on social media. So when doesn't the 30-day no contact rule work? So the no contact rule in general will not work if the person who you're trying to do this with has moved on and doesn't love you anymore or isn't attracted to you physically anymore. The next way it wouldn't work is if the breakup happened a long time ago. So if this was someone you broke up with 10 years ago, 5 years ago, or even a year ago, the more time that's passed, the less likely it's going to work. because they've had more time to get over it and to get over you. If you're doing the 30-day no contact rule with someone who you broke up with quite a while ago, it's not going to work. The best thing for you to do in that kind of situation is to do no contact forever, because 30 days is just not enough time. So think of it this way. 30 days with someone who you've just broken up with is a long time for them, because their emotions about the breakup is still raw. But 30 days for someone who you've been broken up with for a long time is nothing. So if you've been broken up for a long time, do no contact forever unless they reach out to you first. Then of course that's fine. No contact has worked if they reach out to you. But if this is a breakup that recently happened, 30 days is quite effective. The 30-day contact rule also won't work if you can't control yourself. So if you keep on trying to do it, and let's say you end up reaching out to them because you can't control yourself, then obviously it's not going to work. If you can't go for the 30 days, then it's not going to work. So what happens then if it does work? You don't contact your ex or this person you're trying to reattract for 30 days, and some point in that 30-day period, they contact you. So if they contact you and you really want to be with them and you really want to try and reconnect with them, then what you need to do is when they reach out to you, ask them when they're available to meet up for a coffee, for a catch up. And then when you do that, then you can kind of turn it into a date. However, if this is your ex, you need to consider a couple of things. So when this breakup happened, whose fault was it? Was it your fault that the breakup happened, or was it their fault? Did they break up with you for a silly reason, or did they do something to devalue the relationship? They did something bad, like maybe they cheated on you, or maybe they was just really mean to you. Now, obviously, if that's what happened, then they need to reach out to you. They need to be the one that apologizes to you. Because if it was their fault that it happened, then you shouldn't be reaching out to them and wanting to rekindle things, because that's basically enabling their bad behavior. However, if it was something to do with you, like if you was the reason why the breakup happened, then you need to be the one that apologizes. And what you do is you just reach out to them. You say, hey, hey, how are you? Well, when are you free to meet up? And if they refuse to do that, then you can just say to them, look, I'm really, really sorry for the end of the breakup. You list the things that you did that were wrong and say that you're truly sorry. And if they do want to meet up with you, then obviously apologize in that way when you meet up with them. Don't just send them a message saying that you're sorry. Ask if it's better for you to apologize in person. But if they won't meet you in person, then it's okay to send them a message to apologize to them, letting them know that you've learned from your mistakes and that you're truly sorry. And if they ever want to meet up with you, just tell them to reach out to you if they would ever like to do that, and then leave it at that. Don't message them again. Once you've apologized, the thing is, if they don't want to see you, you can ask them all the time, when are you available to meet up? But they're always going to say no, because they've just had enough. And eventually they may even remove you from social media, block you, block your number and stuff like that. So if they keep on refusing to meet up with you, it's best to just leave it alone and move on and find someone new. Chalk it up to experience. Anyway, I hope this video has helped you. I know a lot of people do like the no contact rule just because of how useful it is, but make sure that you are doing it for the right reasons and you're not using it as a manipulation technique. And the right reasons are, the reasons that this person obviously wants. The reason why you are giving them space is because they probably want and need space from you. So that's the reason why you should be doing it, and not to use it as like a technique or a trick to get someone to do something. So anyway, I hope this video has helped you. If you like this video, please subscribe. And if you'd like help with me personally, you need help with a specific situation, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com/shop. And I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye, guys.